A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News, come to you live and direct from the Newsfirst Centre here in Colombo. I am Florin Rajendran. Let's start off with a look at your headlines this afternoon.
Party leaders to convene for a special meeting in Parliament today. 2 youth injured in a shooting in Porankotuwatta, Paliagoda. The Sirasa Gum at the door-to-door campaign commences its journey from Colombo. Employees of the Sri Lanka Transport Board depot in Polonnaruwa on strike. Global gold prices plunges by 2%.
On to your top story this afternoon. The Parliament will convene at 1 p.m. today. Prior to the sessions, a special party leaders meeting will take place to decide as to whether a debate on constitutional reforms would take place today. President of the Asian Development Bank, Takehiko Nakao, arrived in Sri Lanka last night on a 2-day official visit. Takehiko Nakao was welcomed by Finance Minister Ravi Karnanayake at the VIP terminal of the Kattanayake Airport. The Sri Lankan government and the Asian Development Bank are set to reach several agreements today. The Finance Ministry said several of these agreements will focus on the upliftment of entrepreneurships. President of the Asian Development Bank, Takehiko Nakao, is scheduled to remain in the country until tomorrow. Meanwhile, Prime Minister of New Zealand John Key will arrive in the island tonight for an official visit. The Ministry of External Affairs in a press release stated that Prime Minister Key will be received at the Presidential Secretariat tomorrow and accorded a guard of honour. The Ministry of External Affairs notes that he will hold bilateral discussions with President Maithripala Sirisena and with his Sri Lankan counterpart Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe during his visit to the island. A shooting in the Porankotuwatta area on the Paliagoda-Negombo road injured 2 persons.
Police said that the shooting was a result of a long-standing dispute. The shooting took place at around 9 last night. They have connections with the underworld. They are the ones who followed me for close to 3 days. The shooter was wielding a pistol and he challenged me to come out if I'm a man. Soon after I came out, he shot at me with the pistol. I was just about 3 feet away from him. When he pointed the pistol at my chest, the bullet went past my neck. After shots were fired, he took his pistol and ran away towards the jungle. My brother and I came here for work, and on my way home I came to know that he was shot for someone else's problem. The shots were intended for someone else, but he was attacked. We don't need anyone else's problems. We need to make sure that this will not reoccur in any place. Police said that the intended target was not hurt, but 2 others were injured in the shooting. Police said that the injured were 2 youth, aged 21 and 14, both residents from Porankotuwatta. The injured have been admitted to the National Hospital. The police media unit said that investigations are being carried out by the Paliagoda police into the 2 suspects who have been identified in connection with the incident.
Today marks day 3 of the 9th Scouts Jamboree in Jaffna. The event is currently being held at the Jaffna Central College grounds. The 9th Scouts Jamboree was declared open yesterday by President Maithripala Sirisena. Gold prices slipped as much as 2% yesterday as the dollar strengthened and investor appetite for risk increased, but the metal remained above $1,200 an ounce after a rally that pushed prices to 1-year highs this month.
Concern over financial instability and the repricing of expectations for U.S. interest rate rises has helped gold outperform most assets so far this year with a 15% gain. Spot gold was down 1.6% an ounce. Top consumer China has been selling gold since its return from a week-long holiday last Monday, a sign Chinese investors do not expect prices to go much higher and cannot be counted on to support the market.
Western Province Health Minister Sumit Lal Mendes inspected the Vattava District Hospital in Mathugama. The Vattava District Hospital was built 20 years ago and is currently being renovated at a cost of 250 million rupees.
At present, only the kitchen of the house is being constructed at a cost of 90 million rupees. However, following the inspection yesterday, the provincial minister had said that even though such a cost has been incurred for the renovations and new constructions, there are many shortcomings.
A large amount of funds have been allocated for this contract. These funds were allocated by the Minister of Health, Dr. Rajitha Senaratne, under the instructions of President Maithripala Sirisena. So we should let the public reap the maximum benefits of this. I hope to receive a report from the Chief Engineer of the Provincial Council regarding this for the future of this institution. Any future activities with regard to the hospital will be done based on this report. I think that if we spent another 5 million rupees, we could have built another building.
Preparations have been made to inaugurate the Gum at the Door-to-Door campaign that will commence tomorrow. The campaign is scheduled to reach the most rural villages in the 25 districts and identify the issues and hardships that they face. The campaign will kick off tomorrow at 9 a.m. from the Manilkadu village in Putlamun, Ragala and Jaffna. The Gum at the Door-to-Door campaign is supported by the University of Peradeniya. 3 teams that will be actively engaged in this campaign left the Newsfirst headquarters this morning.
The single largest public service initiative in Sri Lanka, the Newsfirst Gum at the Door-to-Door campaign, covering the most rural parts of Sri Lanka, giving a voice to the voiceless. The Newsfirst Gum at the Door-to-Door initiative, an unprecedented island-wide campaign in association with the University of Peradeniya.
A Sri Lankan housemaid found guilty of heroin trafficking before a court in Dubai has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. 2 drivers also serving in Dubai were also sentenced by the court and were fined 50,000 dirhams each. They were arrested on the 11th of June 2015 under the charges of attempting to traffic 3.2 kilograms of heroin into Kuwait. The appeals filed against the verdict had been rejected, and Dubai media reported that the appeal court too had confirmed to impose the penalty initially handed down by courts. Employees of the Sri Lanka Transport Board Polonnaruwa depot operating on the Elahara-Kaduruvela route have commenced a strike. They had resorted to this move against the move to deploy a private bus ahead of the SLTV bus that operates from the Diabaduma town to Colombo via Elahara at 1:30 this morning. A spokesperson said that if a solution is not provided, all SLTV employees attached to the Polonnaruwa depot would join in the strike.